Welcome, Rico. Thank you so much for taking the time, and we are very happy to have you on the Anime Dad podcast.
Thanks for having me. This is super exciting. What time is it over there, by the way?
It is 11 a.m. in the morning.
AM. Okay, so it is 6 p.m. over here, stateside. So what a
Oh,
wild world.
I know,
You're
and
in the
it's
future though, right?
on Wednesday, so I know
Yeah.
what you're going to do tomorrow morning. I know the
What?
lotto
I know.
numbers,
Thank you. Yes. Future
and
man.
oh yeah, it is actually a little bit weird, but no, it's rainy as heck here. We get getting tornadoes all around New Zealand at the moment, which is freaking weird. Never
You can
happens.
see the sunlight coming in. It is warm out here in Texas. So yeah,
Right,
what a
right.
thing.
No, well, thank you for coming on. I'm a big fan. We got a lot of fans of the show that are big fans of yours. And for those who don't own a TV or don't know who you are, what anime
Sure.
characters do fans best know you for?
Sure. Well, let's see. I am an actor that does all the things. So, film, television, commercials, radio, voiceover, all kinds of stuff.
Mhm.
But it is true. Anime and video games is mostly what I'm known for. And I would say predominantly because of how popular My Hero Academia is. My character, Mirio Togata, in the English dub, is someone I'm all known for. Most recent, I see him. I see the
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Power. I don't want to blow you up right here. But yeah. The other character I just recently had started voicing as my pal Yoichi Isagi in Blue Lock.
Hmm.
Looks like that. Really sweet lad. Some
Oh,
soccer,
that's
some
cute.
football. Yeah, man, he's really great. Which is about Japanese football. And then let's see what else. What else? Benny Maru, and that time I got reincarnated as a slime, Nozel Silva and Black Clover, Taiju and Dr. Stone. I'm literally looking at things. Kareem Flom and Fire Force, Haruhito and Grimgar of Ashes and Illusions. I'm looking at there's a pile of DVDs I have on my top shelf. That's why I'm looking up right now. And I'm in freaking Natsuya and Free. Oh
Mm.
my gosh, there's so many different things. But yeah, you guys been doing anime for a little over 10, 11 years now. And yeah, I am in most of the things. One Piece, you're wearing a One Piece shirt. I'm all over One Piece. I've been a villain, I think, 4 or 5 times now.
Yep.
And if you're caught up in the Wano arc, you might have heard me recently, but I haven't technically announced the guy because people can't tell it's me, which is great. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, all
Okay.
over the place. So thanks again for having me. This is cool.
No worries. So you aren't allowed to announce them, or you're going to announce them sometime soon?
Well, I guess I could say it here. I don't mind. I don't know. It depends because you know how it is, right? Like people that watch One Piece, like my favorite statement I think is when people go, "Oh yeah, One Piece. I just started it." And I go,
Uh,
"Oh man, what a journey." That's like Bleach or any of these like really long running shows where it's like you got a lot coming. But yes, if you are caught up in the Wano arc, there's a character named Ashura or Shutanmaru, a large pink-haired samurai who rides a bull that I voice.
I didn't know that was you. I just,
Yeah,
I just,
that's what I was telling you, man.
I watched that episode a couple of days ago, and because I'm just there, and yeah, he was fighting someone, and okay, that's cool. That's a cool
He's
character to
great,
play.
man.
He's strong, even though he's a big
Hmm.
boy. He doesn't look like you.
Well, I'm striving to move. We were I know you guys probably you're listening to this now, but we were off stream chatting a bit about fitness, and I was saying how I'm a little bit heavier. I've got a few more pounds after the pandemic, but I am a fitness guy, as is Riley. So we're both kind of like talking about how to stay in shape. And Shutanmaru, although being a big boy,
Hmm.
does cultivate his swordsmanship. So he's very, very strong. So do not let his physique fool you. He is even though One Piece physique is funny, it's usually like huge body and then tiny, tiny little legs.
It
Or
is
Luffy with
actually
the, you
Frankie,
know, yes, Frankie, exactly,
Johnny
precisely.
Bravo. Um,
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I was watching it last night and thinking to myself, they've done a good job. Not giving any spoilers away, but Luffy
Right, right.
walking around and then them saying, "Oh, I thought he was strong, but he's so small." So they do give a bit of a they it doesn't have to be a massive, huge guy like Jack to be a strong man or Kaido,
Hmm, hmm.
even though he's freaking
Kaido,
big.
thank you. Yes. Oh man, Kaido. Anyway,
Yes, all
some good
right.
stuff. Some
That's
good
good.
stuff.
No, well, that's you've been on a lot of things, and that's incredible. You've had such an amazing career so far, and I'm sure you've got so many things in the works
Man,
right
there
now.
are literally things I wish I could talk to you about, but I just
Mm.
learned like yesterday, the day before. But
Cool.
That is the industry. Just keep on pushing, man.
Yeah, and do you still get that cool feeling? Obviously, you do. When you get a call saying, "Yep, you're this guy," you must just feel on top of the world.
Man, it's funny because I went to school for acting for a long time, and so any kind of gig, ever getting paid to do what I like to do, what I love to do, is a blessing. It's really great to be able to do that and have fun with it. So I always want to give it my best. But yeah, recently I just got a message saying like, "Hey, you have this offer for this character," and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool." I literally have no real idea what this is, but the director, has faith in me and has been listening to me for a long time. And so they, put me in charge of this thing. And I'm like, well, time to start doing that research. And it's an exciting process, you guys. It's like cracking open a new book, literally
Mm.
for me in this case, because I need to figure out who is this person. So yeah, I do a little happy dance. I get a little excited sometimes. Other times, I mean, it's a mixture. It is work because when you have, 5, 10 projects on your plate, you're trying to keep them all really, really good. So there is a craft to it, but yeah, I do get a little nerdy about it sometimes.
Of course you do.
Like,
Of course you do.
yeah.
No, that's awesome. So because uh, I personally know you the best from Mirio, could you potentially say, "Hi, I'm Mirio Toga Lemillion, and welcome to the Anime Dad podcast, Power," or something like that?
Oh, sure, sure. Well, I usually, and it's funny, Colleen Clinkenbeard, she actually plays Luffy in One Piece,
Yep.
and she's also Momo Yaoyorozu in My Hero.
Yep.
She's vetted me with this phrase. Because she's like, remember, Rico, like you're not the only voice of Mirio. Like there is a Japanese voice, there is a French. I know French Mirio, Maxime Hero,
Mm.
Spanish Mirio, Portuguese Mirio. There's many Mirii. So like what I always like to say, hi, I'm Ricco Fajardo, and I play the English dub voice of Mirio Togata, and welcome to the Anime Dad podcast. Trash, am I
Amazing.
right?
That. Oh, frick! I missed that point.
That's okay.
I spoke so soon. Say that. Say that last bit again.
Sure, you got it. Trash, am I right?
Love it. Love it. That's cool. No, I'm a big fan of yours, and Mirio is just such a cool freaking character. He is so cool. Kim.
He's my pop socket.
Oh,
He's my pop
nice.
socket, which is funny because you can like stick him out. So he's like, sticking out of the
Oh,
wall.
that's
Anyway, sorry,
awesome.
please continue.
Are you the same as him in regards to attitude? Like, are you a positive, happy guy?
Man, I get told that a lot, and I feel very grateful because Mirio is such a positive character, and it's not by accident because in my are you caught up by the way?
Yeah.
Before I spoil you, just as a heads up to everyone out there listening,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil stuff, but I am gonna kind of talk around things. Um, Midoriya, the main character Izuku, he has his mom growing up, and then obviously All Might gets into the picture. But Mirio has like the best support system.
Hmm.
He's got a caring dad who says, I'll help you however I can." I play Mirio's dad. So I'm the whole Togata family. He's got Mirio's dad. He's got Amajiki, his best friend, who is, as Mirio says, more talented than him. And Amajiki thinks the world of his best friend. And then I think maybe most importantly, he has a supportive mentor
Hmm.
in Sir Night Eye who says, not only do I think you're going to be great, I literally know you are. I've looked into your future. You're going to be amazing. You just need to work really hard. I feel like in life, you're lucky if you have one of those things. If you
True.
have two, it's insane. But Mirio literally has all three. So despite having, a quirk that isn't necessarily as powerful as say like Todoroki or Bakugo or any other character, um, he is able to succeed because of his support system.
Mm.
I think personally. So whenever people like try to draw correlations between Mirio and I, like, you're both so positive. I'm like, man, let me tell you, I wish I had this kid's grit because literally his quirk is falling. So okay, that's I guess the spoiler if you haven't seen it. His quirk is permeation, you guys. So when he falls, like when he permeates, he activates it in his whole body. So he falls through the ground, his clothes fall off, he's naked, and he can't see, he can't breathe, he can't hear. Literally, if you look up, by the way, the top like symptoms for clinical depression, it says it feels like falling. You can't breathe, you can't hear, you can't see. And that's why I think like the big three, they're a metaphor for like the big three things you encounter in high school, which is Amajiki's social anxiety, Nejire Hato's ADD, ADHD. She's like, hey, 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 and Mirio's depression, which you wouldn't think because he's so positive, but some of the most depressed people you know in your life are the most happy, upbeat people. But there's a caveat to this because when Mirio falls, he tells Class 1A, spoilers, that it's all about how you get back up. Doesn't matter Doesn't matter that you fall. You are going to fall. Literally, we were talking about personal training earlier. Like you have to put in the reps. You go till failure so you can succeed. And that's what he tells class 1A. He's like, you're not going to save them every time. Sometimes you might get hurt. Someone you care about might get hurt. You're not going to win every time. But what's the most important thing and what makes you invincible, like Mirio, is your ability to get back up, which is what he displays in the overhaul fight. It's like that never say die, never say quit mentality that is cultivated by all the people around him. Um, yeah, I get a lot of young people, man, that come up to me and they're like, "Ah, oh, Mirio, so it's he's like, he's too positive. It doesn't make sense." I was like, "No, no, no, dude. If you pay attention, if you're reading the story and you see all the characters, there it is no mistake why Mirio is as positive as he is. He is well loved and cared for by his community, and because of that, he has the ability to grow and become amazing."
You just blew my mind.
Yeah,
That
dude, it's crazy.
that's yeah, goosebump moments there. I mean, Mirio is probably the most. He's the character that's probably given me the most goosebumps in the series. I'm not going to
Mm.
lie. You know, I won't mention too many scenarios, but he's
Yeah, right.
given me goosebumps so many freaking times. Um, and that's I mean, obviously thanks to the
Yeah.
character, but thanks to your incredible voice acting as well. But
Well, thanks.
that makes sense. That makes sense. He is people who are they have big highs, they have big lows, but they also put on a face to help other people out and make other people positive because they try their best to be positive and try their best to save and help other people. So yeah, that everything you said there makes a lot of sense. And he doesn't want
I
to say
mean,
he can't save everyone. He wants to save a
I
million
mean,
people.
he literally says, "I'm going to save his character." His hero name is Lemillion, and it's like I think this isn't too much of a spoiler, but when Izuku introduces himself to Mirio, he says, "I'm Deku," which means like lame. He's like, "You're Deku, like Deck? That's weird." He's like, "Well, I'm Lemillion because that's the number of people I want to save." He's like, "I'm not sure I'm going to get it, but it's a good goal," and I feel like that is like that encapsulates who this kid is, man. Because really, I mean, like in life, when you have someone that's in the pocket that really believes that they're doing the right thing, there's low latency between should I do it or should I not. I'm gonna tell you just a real quick story, I promise. But like when I was recording a sequence with Mirio, which you're familiar with, and probably a great deal of your listeners are, in the overhaul fight, I will say, um, I went and was taking an on-camera class because I do on-camera acting as well. It was at a Holiday Inn, which is a hotel branch out here. We're in like a room, and we hear in the middle of this a class. I hear she's dying, call 911. I live out here in Texas. We happen to have a problem in this country with a lot of shootings. So, we close the door, we lock it. We're like, well, maybe there's a shooter out there. We should probably, guard ourselves. We wait for a little while, keep listening, and then we hear call 911. She's drowning. We open the door, and there's this 3-year-old girl face down in a pool. The We don't know how long she was out there, but the father plucks her out and he's doing CPR, but he's of course panicked. The mother is crying, keening, saying, "Someone do something." The people there, because the hotel is not allowed to do CPR because of liability purposes. So the one person asks, "Does anyone know CPR?" I raise my hand. Everyone looks at me. 50 people all at once all look at me, and I get this weird feeling, and I say, "But it's expired." And I don't know why I said it. It just came tumbling out of me. But in that moment where everyone looks to you and they're like, "Are you ready to do the thing? Or is it going to be you? Are you going to be the one that's going to take responsibility for this life? Are you ready?" And I backed away. And if you know the show and you know the moment I'm referring to, it's like when Mirio and Deku encounter someone, and it is very abrupt and very scary. But Izuku says, we need to do this now." And Mirio says, "No, this is not right. We're not the right people for the job right now." These are two wolves inside of everyone. That battle of like, should we do it now? We should do it now. And the other one that says, "No, no, we need to prepare. We need to wait." And inside of that, right, is the right choice somewhere in there.
Mm.
But anyway, all that being said, I did not move. This girl is literally laying there, not getting oxygen to her brain. And then the mom just screams out and I can't get the voice out of my head. She goes, "Someone do something." And she screamed it. And it felt like someone shocked me in the tailbone with a cattle prod. And I jumped up, I went over the fence. My buddy Ace went with me. We went to Iron. We were taking class together. We'd gone to school together at SMU. He goes down. He starts doing chest compressions. I start doing mouth to mouth. and we work on this little girl. And I promise you, dude, we were working for what I guess was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It felt like forever.
Mm.
But we were doing, like staying alive, huh, huh, because that's the rhythm you need to do, right? And I'm breathing, I'm listening, I'm watching, and everyone's really quiet watching us. And it starts to sink in. Uh, she's not responding. This girl might be dead. And I let into my mind for a moment as the mom slowly starts to cry. I think I'm blowing air into a dead body right now, a dead little girl. And as that thought entered my brain, I thought I cannot think that right now because I am not allowed to do that. This is my job. This is where I'm at. This is what I have to do. And this is what I'm here to do. So we keep working. I start breathing a bit harder. Ace is doing a great job with chest compressions. And then I see her lip kind of twitch. And I go, there's movement, there's movement. And slowly but surely, color starts to come back to her blue lips. Her eyes start to kind of squeeze and move like they're moving through molasses. Everyone's starting to get really excited, but everyone's also still focused because we're still doing the dang thing. As water starts to come out of her, I'm like tipping her head to the side and I'm telling her, I'm all right, honey, you're going to breathe in 3, 2, 1. And then I breathe into her mouth as she's, trying to take that oxygen. And I'm whispering to her, I'm like, you're going to be okay. Just, get ready to breathe in 3, 2, 1, breathe in. And I give her breath. And she comes back like she's kind of, awake and responsive. And just like a movie, the paramedic comes pulling in. They come up, ambulance pulls her, they put her on there, they give her oxygen. People are applauding. The father comes up, he shakes my hand. The mother's crying. She like hugs us. Um, the police officers take our information. They leave. I look at my buddy Ace and I just start crying. Like I wanted to fight. I had all the adrenaline inside of me. But man, it was a very emotional moment. The reason why I just totally gushed about that whole story was because there's a few things. First off, I recorded the overhaul fight. That was Saturday when I had that class, Sunday, and then Monday was the overhaul fight when Mirio saves Airy. Sorry, spoilers for that. Which was Colleen asked me, she's like, "What'd you do this weekend?" I'm like, "Saved a little girl's life," and she was like, "Of course you did." So there's a little bit of art imitates life in there, which was wild to me. I couldn't believe it that I got to be on the positive end of that story. But more importantly, I think it was that moment of hesitation where we all know the right thing to do. We all know the right thing to do is to help this little girl put air into her body, get the water out of her lungs, make her the focus. But everyone is standing by watching because we're afraid, because we don't think we're the person for the job. Literally, I know how to do it. My buddy Ace knows how to do it, but we are stuck in place because everyone's waiting. It's like an ensemble effect thing. Even though in our hearts we know the right thing to do. Which leads me all the way back to Mirio, where he is so clear about what he wants to do in this life. So when people draw those correlations between him and I say like, man, I wish I had this kid's determination, because if you've watched the show, there is no quit in him. Like your quirk does not define you. You know what I mean? In a world where all your value is your quirk, and you can think whatever metaphor that is, that is not what is important to Mirio. What is important is um, what you're about. What are you about? Um, and can you stay true to it? You know, which is why they were both, well, anyway, I'm going to spoil too much, but like Midori and Mirio each had these moments in their, dorms where they were like, did I do the right thing? And I think we all go through those moments, man, in life. It's like, did I decide to study the right thing? Did I, make this relationship work? Should I have broken up? Why should I have stayed together? Like so many questions where our lives, the course of our lives are decided in like pivotal moments. But I wish for everyone out there listening that in those moments of duress, you are able to cultivate the spirit of Mirio in there, because like if you are as clear as this kid is, man, it's there's no latency between what's right and wrong. You know what's right and you move immediately.
That's amazing. Wow, I had goosebumps the whole time you were explaining that, and
Sorry to
I'm
talk your ear off. I feel
no,
like we haven't got to talk at episode.
that's one of my favorite moments in doing this whole podcast. You explaining that is such a special experience. And have you seen the girls since? Did you manage to track her
No,
down?
it's wild. Yeah, and apparently that's a thing. Like we both Ace and I, we had talked like, can we know if she's okay? Because all we knew is that she was conscious, but we were not sure if if you're without oxygen for a while, we just didn't know how she was, but she was alive, which is certainly a grand improvement upon the way we found her. But yeah, yeah. I think legality, we know we're not allowed to do
True.
that, but um
There
I don't
are
know.
there are quite a few legalities in America in comparison to New Zealand. I think there is a lot more over there. But
Mhm.
wow, what an did you must have cried in when you were recording Mirio's scenes, I'm sure.
Oh man. Well, certainly later,
Yeah.
after, some more traumatic events, but certainly not during the overhaul fight. I thought I was going to be more emotional, but I felt a lot of conviction, which is really cool because that felt right. But yeah, definitely during future moments that Mirio endures. I do not think there are many My Hero Academia characters that suffer as much as Mirio has suffered during the show.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? He still be doing abs. He's in the hospital doing abs. He's constantly working because he believes in a future that, you know,
Mm,
requires him to be ready. So,
true. Awesome. Flippin' heck, you explain things so well. You definitely are an incredible, incredible not actor, but you're an incredible speaker. So
oh,
thank you
thanks,
for
man. I
explaining that.
have, well, I gotta admit, y'all, like, people have, I'm sure if you're watching this, you may or may not have met me at conventions. I've had time to bounce like thoughts and stories off of other people that I've met because folks will approach me and say, this is what Mirio meant to me or what it makes me feel like. And man, I wish I could tell you, bro, there's so many folks that have been affected by not just Mirio, but the show,
Yeah.
and affected profoundly in ways that it's hard to recollect. So I'm grateful that I at least have this story
Mm.
like in the can that I can like continue to give to folks. So thanks for listening.
No, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now, would you? I've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old girl.
Oh, lovely.
Her name's my oldest is Raela. She's a massive fan of yours. She's not here right now. I get
Oh,
them out of the house. But is there any
Rayella.
chance? Yeah, is there any chance you
I
could
love it,
say
man.
something about Raela, maybe in Miria's voice?
Oh my goodness. Let me think. What would be
Maybe Raela, I will
I
save
get
you.
let me I mean,
How?
like yeah. Or no, I guess it'd be like, hey Rayella, how's it going? Wow, you're the same age as Airy. And you're kind of the same height too. Do you like apples? Airy loves apples. Anyway, go beyond. Plus ultra.
Amazing. Thank you so much. She's gonna freak
Yeah,
out.
man.
Again, more dad points in my book. That's awesome.
Hey, dude. Yeah, my brother, he has a 12-year-old and a 8-year-old. They're getting older now, getting to, closer to teens, but
Mm.
3 and 6 is a really nice time. That's really,
It's
really great
great.
time, man.
It's great. And Raela, my oldest, she's still coming to terms with dark Deku and everything like that, and
Oh
the
yeah.
dark moments of everything.
I didn't even think about that, dude.
She's only 6, but I
Right.
I wanted her to, I don't know. We look away at certain points, but but she loves the positivity of it all. And again, no spoilers, but the newest episodes coming into it, where it's getting more positive again.
Do you,
Is
you read ahead, I take it?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Me too. Me too. Okay, cool. Just double checking. Just double checking. Make sure
yeah.
we're on the same page here. Yeah, man. Man, what a thing, right? Because I grew up with like, Dragon Ball and all these shows. To imagining this show being sort of the foundational, like the bedrock for like your kids is wild.
I
Wild to
know.
me.
That's so true.
Because they're gonna be talking about Dark Deku when we're like old men and we're like, oh yes, Dark Deku. You know what I mean? We're like, oh dude, it's
I
crazy.
I spoke to Sunny Street yesterday, and
Oh yeah, I love Sunny.
yeah, and he was really cool to talk to. But for me
Wonderful
again,
artist.
yeah, wonderful artist, and growing up with Krillin and hearing him
Yeah.
talk with Krillin, I was like,
Krillin,
frick, it's
best
so cool.
character. I gotta say, he's the only human, and he's strong as.
And he's got Riz, he pulls
Yeah,
Android 18, and
Destructo Disc. Come
oh,
on, bro.
you can't beat that.
Anyway, yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Krillin and Sunny, obviously.
Yeah, yeah, he's great. Okay, well, let's get into the interview. So I'm just joking.
Yes. Yeah,
no,
right. No, good
no,
intro. Good intro.
no, that was amazing. That was amazing. I'll do a bit of a quick fire questions
Sure,
for
sure.
your
I'm with you.
fans to get to know you a bit better.
Okay.
Nothing incriminating or weird, just
I don't
basic.
care. That's fine.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
What is your favorite town that you visited?
My favorite town. Well, I just got back from Tokyo, Japan, which is not a town. It's a
Yes.
big friggin' city. And I got to tell you, Shinjuku was just beautiful. Went to Shinjuku Gyoyan Park.
Yeah.
The cherry blossoms were falling. I was drinking a matcha tea latte, and I thought, man, I would like to just be here. So I'll say that for now. I know that's a
That's
big one. That feels like
cool.
cheating.
That's not
It's
cheating.
not. That's not a town, bro. That's like a big city.
Why, hold on. Why were you there? Did you just visit
Uh,
holiday?
so I went. So it'd been on. I was gonna go in 2019, and as you know, with the
Yeah.
pandemic and everything, it's been a. And Japan was very, insular. They wanted to make sure that they were healthy. So only recently was I able to visit without a business visa or anything like that. So
Okay.
yeah, it was a vacation put on hold for a long time. So and then I got to go to Anime Japan, where I got to meet Ishikawa Kaito, who is a Seiyu who I work across from, and Tomo-chan is a girl, and I
Yeah.
lost my mind, dude. Anyway, I'll say Shinjuku in Japan. Yeah, in Tokyo.
Awesome. Favorite dance move on the dance floor?
Favorite dance move on the dance floor? Man, I love doing the pepper grinder. You know what that is?
No.
It's like a breakdancing maneuver. I can't do it back here. So like it's like if this was me on the dance
Mm-hmm.
floor,
Mm-hmm.
you crouch down and then you like swing your leg and you hop around it, swing your leg and hop around it, and you kind of like looks like the pommel horse but on the ground. I can do it
Wow.
pretty effectively and I can then turn it into like a cool spin on my back. But
Freaking heck.
yeah,
For
I
a
want to
six
be able
foot
to
guy,
flare.
that's pretty intense.
Yeah, pepper grinder, dude. That's how
Wow.
you know the party's going down.
I probably look like I'm having a seizure. Um,
No, you could do it. I know you can.
I'll give it a go. Thanks, Mirio.
Breaks
Thanks,
leg
Mirio.
immediately. No,
Yeah. I'll post an update after this. Who is
Brella,
your favorite
help there.
person? The favorite person in your life right now?
Favorite person in my life right now. Let me think. Gosh, I was just immediately overwhelmed with a ton of love for a lot of folks. I just got finished doing a commercial, I guess, at this very second. I was thinking of my pal, Aaron Campbell.
Mm,
I'm working on a show called Blue Lock, where I play
yes.
Isagi. He's the main character in the soccer show. Awesome show. He plays Araichi in that show, like this kind of shark tooth mean guy. And Aaron is not a shark tooth mean guy. But I will say today we worked on some really tough um technical jargon, and this guy just carried the whole performance. I was so grateful because I was nervous. It was some hard stuff to say, and he knocked it out of the park. So we both studied at the same school. We both have our masters in acting from SMU, and so it was nice to have a colleague that we shared the same pedigree. I felt very relaxed with him. So yeah.
Cool.
I will say at the very moment, it is my buddy Aaron Campbell because I just got finished filming with him for 8 hours today.
That's great. Well, it was my first interview ever, and then I'm going to see him in a couple
Wait,
of
was he really your
weeks.
first interview?
Yeah,
No way.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
yeah,
that's wild. Yeah. I
yeah,
literally was just working with him.
yeah.
Oh,
My
let me
first
see. I got a
interview ever,
funny.
and he's coming to Armageddon, obviously. Just in a town 3 hours away, so I'm heading over there to see him, and
Amazing. Here's a picture of him with a fan. It's a little rotating fan. I took that of him because he was like cooling himself. Anyway.
very talented man, very talented man.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, what is your favorite hobby?
My favorite hobby is circus. I
Hmm?
love amateur gymnastics, circus, and parkour. Any kind of physical, quirky stuff, acro yoga. I love tumbling around. I'm like swiftly approaching my 40s, and I'm like still love just tumbling around and being a ninja.
My goodness, you look your early 20s, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
What?
Who said that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure. Gosh, man, I love sweets. I got a crap load of those because I got back from Tokyo, like I said, those
Mm.
the Japanese Kit Kats or the different flavors. Have you had them?
No.
Bro, they're so good. Like the one I like is the mint chocolate chip Kit Kat, but they
Mm.
have like what is it? Egg tart flavor. They have like hazelnut flavor. Oh, dude. And they only give you like two. And me here in
Oh.
the States, we like our big candies. So I'm eating like five of these suckers at a time. And I'm like, well, it's no surprise why I'm still in bulking season is because I've been eating candy. And also so yeah, sweets and then a fine whiskey.
Oh,
I
yes.
do like myself a whisk.
Heck yeah. My wife is she's Scottish, and we got married over there, and we go there
Yes.
regularly. And Stillbank Scottish whiskey is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Sitting down, her
I'll write that
dad,
down. Stillbank,
still yeah,
you
still
said?
Stillbank. Yeah, Stillbank. Check it out. It's her dad just opened up a whiskey cupboard. I'm like, frick, I'm in heaven.
Dude. Yeah,
Um,
just sip a little sipperoo,
oh yeah, yeah, just sipping whiskey for sure.
It's nice. Anyway,
Are you a dog or a cat person?
I love all animals, grew up on a farm, but everyone who knows me knows I'm partial to cats.
Cool, cool. Favorite color?
Favorite color, it is a kind of a stormy blue, a grayish blue.
Hmm. Hmm. I like.
overcasty blue sky.
Yeah, is that your eyes? What color are your eyes?
My color. Oh, I got brown eyes. Let's see here. Oh my God! Look, the sun is so bright, dude. Like that.
Wow, it's
Dude, I'm
shining so
telling you, this
bright.
it's like so bright right now in Texas. It is hot outside, my friend.
Okay, showing off now. What's your favorite type of music?
Favorite type of music. I really enjoy. So I do play music. I like playing folk. Um, so like singer songwriter stuff. But my favorite artist is Jason Mraz, Mr. A to Z. So if you're familiar with him, he does a lot of kind of like he's a musical theater guy who ended up doing kind of like more up tempo-y, fun, sweet singer songwritery stuff.
Oh yeah, Jason Mraz. I'm yours. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love him to bits.
he's
And
great.
favorites. Final question. Favorite food.
Oh, dude, I love me. And this is actually where Mirio and I do share this. I didn't realize this was Mirio's favorite food, as I'm sure it is for a lot of anime characters, but ramen is a
Yes.
comfort food. But here's the trick. It's a kind of a cheater question because you can put anything in it. You can put chashu, you can put shrimp, you can put literally any seafood. Um, and that it's just so nothing better, dude, than a big bowl of soup to make you feel like I'm gonna go to bed, I'm gonna feel good. But I'll also eat a bowl of soup and be like, yeah, let's go work out. Let's go, you know.
It does give you energy, man. You just feel like whole after having some
Yeah.
soup or
Do
ramen.
you play video games, I take it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like we're playing you and I are fighting in the streets, and then all of a sudden I knock over a trash can and a bowl of soup is there. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this and keep going. Like, you find a whole turkey and you just consume
would
it.
would you do some sorry, you're done with the quick fire questions. You did a really good job.
Yeah,
But would you
that was
do some MMA? Have you ever thought of getting into
yeah,
fighting?
I've done well, first off, it sucks to get hit in the face when you do
Yeah,
on camera stuff.
true.
Because when you get like a shiner or like it just is a bummer. And also like your knuckles, man. I fractured, I got like a boxer's fracture doing like a class. And I was like, dude, my like I need to be able to do things.
Yeah.
So it's obviously I can't do it full out, but I do like training. I like sparring lightly. So doing like Brazilian jiu-jitsu is really cool. That's like body chess.
Hmm.
Exhausting, man. Have you
Hmm.
done it before?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm really
So
into
good.
Greco-Roman wrestling because you can't get
Yeah.
concussed. And I as much. So I love. We got a bit of a group here, and I've done it
Nice,
around
man.
New Zealand. And flap, it's the only time I've ever vomited while working out,
Yep.
while in a
Oh my
session. I
God.
actually was wrestling this guy, and he was a big Pacific Islander boy, just
Yeah,
giant.
yeah, yeah.
And I was on top of him, and I vomited on his back.
Oh
And
no.
I won. I won after that
You
because
won
he,
though. You pinned. I was gonna ask, did you pin him?
yeah, it was
Well,
thrown off.
yeah, he's like, what the hell?
Okay.
Just let him win.
Yeah, he had to. He's like, okay, I give up. I give up. Um, all right, next part of the interview. I know you've got stuff to do, so I've got a few more things to do, a couple more
Sure,
things
sure.
to do. Next part is a bit of a social media deep dive,
Okay.
and I looked through a couple of pictures, and I wonder if you could explain what's
Oh
happening
yeah.
over there.
Okay. Like it might sound weird,
Yeah.
and it's not. I promise. For all you theater goers out there, you probably saw what I was holding. I was holding a red rabbit mask and a white rabbit mask.
Yeah.
There is a beautiful play called Red Rabbit, White Rabbit. Interesting thing about this play is if you've seen it ever, you may no longer perform it. You have to be ignorant. Whenever you perform, it's a one man or woman show or anything in between, whatever one person show. You get the script the day of, and you open it on stage. It's all
What?
one massive cold reading. It is exhilarating. But once you see it, you may no longer perform it, and once you perform it, obviously you may no longer perform it again. So it is freshly minted every time it happens. And yeah, for the my theater goer friends out there, highly suggest watching that play when it comes up.
Goodness, that sounds
Yeah, it's awesome.
incredible. Is there
Just
any
and
other
just
play that does that?
I have oh dude, don't get me started. I will literally talk your ear off about theater. I'm all about immersive theater right now. There's a company called Punch Drunk that has a show in London called The Burnt City. It's immersive theater. Also Sleep No More in New York at the
Hmm.
McKittrick Hotel. Um, they put a mask on you. If we went together, they would separate us, put a mask on you, and let us loose into this hotel. And it's this immersive theatrical experience where you see what you see, but it's all up to you. It's like an interactive video game.
Wow.
Except for at the end of the night, we meet back at the bar with our scotch, with our whiskey, and we go, "What the hell just happened?" And then we share stories, which is how storytelling works, right? Like I told you that story about the CPR thing, and like now that is your story. If ever you recant it, it is now going to be through the lens of you. And I am very passionate right now in my life about how storytelling is a living, breathing thing like that. Like it moves and changes with person to person. Like your kiddo with freaking My Hero, dude. We will never get to have My Hero the way that your kiddo has seen it, which I think is just incredible. It's a sweet, amazing thing. And she will never be able to have Dragon Ball the way that we, you know what I mean? Like we all had our medium. So anyway, I can feel myself getting excited. So I'm gonna hold off on that.
Okay, this podcast has been the most goosebumps I've had in an interview, which is I'm not sure if it's your tone and your voice or it's just how you say things, but yeah, constant goosebumps. Or maybe I need to see a doctor.
Oh
Maybe I've got some
no,
things going on.
you need to drink more water.
Yeah, quickly. No, that is so cool. Well, you might recognize me. I was. Have you heard of the production Guys and Dolls?
Yes, of course.
So I was Marlon Brando in my high school production of Guys and Dolls. Okay,
Hell
I
yeah.
was Sky Masterson, and I've said this a few
Yes.
times on the podcast, but because my accent is South African and I don't have much of a I can't really go American yet. So I had to throw in a line. I was that good. I had to throw in a line into the production saying, I just got back from South Africa. But it
Wait, you just put the line in the play?
yeah.
Oh my
Because that shows that I've got a South African accent. So the
Oh
whole
my
play,
God. What a brilliant way to
it was seamless. No, I'm joking.
That's like at the top of Hamlet, you know?
Oh,
Hamlet shows up on the battlements. It's like, hello friends. I just got back from Texas. So
you might
is
notice
that
a
my
twang.
father I see before me? Yeah.
No, yeah. So
That's incredible,
I'll
dude. I've
send you an
never heard of that.
autograph. I'll send you an autograph.
Yes, please. Give me that Sky Masterson print.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, really, really cool. Okay, well, final thing.
Sure.
You have motivated me. You're giving me goosebumps. I need. Could you potentially give us a Mirio motivational speech? Just a quick couple of lines from Mirio to the world to motivate us to get through another year and kick
Oh,
ass.
sure. Easy breezy. Well, of course, the most important thing is turning experience into power. And that's real because experience, I didn't get to say this to class 1A, but experience comes in all different forms, usually in the form where you fail. So don't be afraid of failure. It literally is how you build victory. So you should rush into it headlong. Don't go too far to where it hurts you, but be sure that you turn all of that experience into power because that's what it is. You are all filled with.
Amazing. Amazing. All right, stop goosebumps. I need to stop this
Too
before I
many.
have a stroke.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, I don't know what I do. I'm not sure how to save you. You're in New Zealand. I'm like, who do I call?
No one's here. This house is
No one's
freaking
here.
empty. I've got my
Crap.
animals. My wife and my kids are gone somewhere. I live in a
I'll do some like geolocation hacking stuff. That was gonna be my job in the military. I'll go in there and drop a pin on you and
yeah.
save you. That would be a story.
That would be an amazing. We should just do that for fun sometime. That should have been a part of the podcast.
See if I can furious key.
Yeah. My no, you're amazing. Thank you for making the time. If you come to
Thank
New
you for
Zealand or if
talking to me.
I go to Texas, we need to have a workout firstly. We need to
Yes,
go
easy.
to some interactive theater.
Easy, yes.
We need to so many things we need to do, but we
Ramen.
need
There's some
ramen.
good ramen out here. I have one of my favorite places. Some people don't like it because the broth is thinner, but I like vegetable broth. But anyway, it's okay.
I'll be
There's
going to
creamy broth as well.
I'll be going to Japan in a couple of months. I'm just
Oh,
I'm looking forward to that. So that's
so
going to be
cool.
exciting with my daughter.
So
It's a bit
cool.
of a daughter-daddy trip.
Dude, at 6 years, she can be 7, 6 or 7.
Yeah, she'll
Holy
be
smokes.
6.5. But
That's incredible, man.
she just freaking loves anime, and we're anime friends together. We just watch everything together. Who obviously my hero is number one. Assassination Classroom is number two for her.
Hey, I'm in that.
Are you? Which one are you?
I play Itana. He's so
Oh,
Sunny. Yeah, Sunny Straight is
yeah,
Koro Sensei,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah, yeah.
But when you meet his brother, that's me.
Yes,
Yeah, I
I
play
love
Itana in it.
Itana. He's gangster and he's quite cool.
He's pretty. Yeah, he's intense.
Yeah. He's intense initially. I said,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not.
he becomes friendly later, but that's so sweet, man. How cool you're gonna take your kid to, man. If
Yeah.
my nephews hear that, they'll be like, Uncle Rico, why aren't you taking us to Tokyo? I'm like, oh, man, you really ruined it for me, bro.
Don't show the photos. No, but thank you very
Yeah, no
much,
kidding.
Rico. You're amazing. We love you. Our fans love you and appreciate your time and coming on.
Thanks so much, y'all. Hope I see you in New Zealand or roundabout that way in the world some point in the future.